Precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. Railway strike called off after discussion with the minister. Bangladesh pledges support for Sri Lanka's agricultural modernization. Healthcare services are to be upgraded within the next 5 years. 2 new Mahavali divisions for Ratnapura. More than 400 additional buses will be deployed for the Poson season. Foreign news, Macron snap election leaves rivals stunned after EU vote. Sports news, T20 World Cup, South Africa beat Bangladesh in last over thriller. Local news in detail. The strike carried out by the Locomotive Operating Engineers Union for 4 days ended yesterday after a discussion with Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena and other ministry officials. At the discussion held at the ministry with the railway trade unions, Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena requested the unions to end the strike and report to work without inconveniencing the public. The Locomotive Operating Engineers Union said that the request was accepted and based on the agreements made at the discussion, they will start train operations as usual from today. The minister also said about 2 years ago, the public opinion of the country was that the railway service should be privatized as it could never be built. This was because people were affected by the strikes. That is why I always asked them to solve their problems through negotiation instead of going on strike. He also mentioned that he brought a long-standing issue to the cabinet and arranged to get cabinet's approval in March 2024 for giving promotions. The procedure for giving promotions to the train drivers is currently ongoing. Applications for promotion from Grade 3 to Grade 2 have been received from 75 out of 83 train drivers, and so far promotion letters have been issued for 70 of them. As the remaining 13 people have not met the required qualifications for promotion, they will be given promotions in the future according to the prescribed procedure. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has assured President Ranil Wickremesinghe of Bangladesh's commitment to support Sri Lanka's agricultural modernization program. The Sri Lankan President and the Bangladeshi Prime Minister engaged in bilateral discussions yesterday in New Delhi. President Ranil Wickremesinghe also affirmed his commitment to dispatch a delegation of Sri Lankan agricultural experts to Bangladesh. The objective is to study Bangladesh's agricultural modernization program through cooperative methods and gather valuable insights to enhance Sri Lanka's own agricultural modernization efforts. The leaders who deliberated on the prospect of signing a free trade agreement between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Additionally, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh pledged to direct private investors from Bangladesh towards investment opportunities in Sri Lanka, further fostering economic cooperation between the two countries. Consideration was given to the initiation of a passenger ferry service connecting Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. The President also assured the Prime Minister of Bangladesh that he would visit Bangladesh after the election. In response, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina expressed her satisfaction with the progress of Sri Lanka's economy under the leadership of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Health Secretary Dr. Palitha Mahipala said that the Health Ministry has decided to upgrade the country's primary healthcare services within the next 5 years with the financial assistance of the World Bank. The total estimated cost of the project is 70 billion rupees and the World Bank plans to provide the total cost as 14 billion rupees per year. The Secretary further said that it has also been decided to establish 5 cardiac catheter units covering the entire island with the assistance of JICA. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
Your next generation digital banking partner, People's Bank.
Continuing with more stories here at home, Minister Pavitra Vanniyarachi announced the creation of 2 new Mahaweli divisions, Godakavala and Valigepola, by merging 72 Gramaniladari divisions from 5 divisional secretariats in the Ratnapura district. This includes 37 divisions from Godakavala, 30 from Valigepola, 2 from Opanayaka, 2 from Balangoda and 1 from Kaltota. These new divisions will be developed under the Valava Special Region of the Sri Lanka Mahaweli Authority. SLTB Chairman Lalit T. Alves states that more than 400 additional special buses will be deployed for the convenience of pilgrims coming to Anuradhapura during the Posan season. In addition to the normal transport service, this special bus service has been operated for the devotees coming from the Posan festival, which is centered around Anuradhapura sacred city, Mihintale and Tantirimala. That's local news for the moment.
Enjoy seamless shopping. Open LCs, settle bills and transfer funds instantly, anywhere and anytime. With People's Bank Digital Solutions, you're empowered to do more whenever and wherever you want. Unlock a world of modern banking conveniences with People's Bank, your next generation digital banking partner. People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Veda.
State Minister of Finance Dr. Ranjit Siambalapati has said that he has submitted a summary report to Parliament on the steps to be taken to recover tax areas that exceeds 1,000 billion rupees. Addressing the media, the State Minister said that despite accusations that the responsible officials have failed to collect revenue due to the state, institutions such as the Indian Revenue Department, Customs, etc. have exceeded the revenue target so far this year. He also pointed out that although it is true that such mistakes are made by certain officers and individuals, the officers as a whole have fulfilled their responsibility.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Veda.
On Watchlight, according to the Government Family Health Services Association, it has been reported that various allergies have occurred on the skin of babies due to the use of substandard soaps. Association Treasurer Priyankani Susangika said some parents use substandard soap for their babies now and that its impacts will be felt in the future. Therefore, she requested the parents to choose a baby soap approved by the Sri Lanka Standards Institution. That came to you on Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
World News headlines: Macron snap election leaves rivals stunned after EU vote. Aircraft carrying Malawi vice president goes missing. 9 Hindu pilgrims killed in bus attack in India's Jammu. World News in detail. France's political leaders are scrambling to prepare for snap elections after President Emmanuel Macron dissolved parliament in response to a stinging European vote defeat after the far-right national rally. Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire has warned the 2-round vote starting on 30th June could have the most serious consequences in modern French history. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's Social Democrats were also heavily beaten in Sunday's European elections by the Conservative opposition, but he has ruled out holding early elections. The Conservative CSU Premier of Bavaria, Markus Söder, and said Mr. Scholz's government was essentially finished and needed to follow the French example. An aircraft carrying Malawi's Vice President Salas Chilima and 9 others have gone missing, a statement from the President's office has said. The Malawi Defense Force aircraft went off the radar after it left the capital, Lilongwe, yesterday, it's added. The President ordered a search and rescue operation after aviation officials were unable to contact the aircraft. It was supposed to land at Zuzu International Airport in the country's north just after 10 local time. Finally, on World News, 9 people have died and 33 injured after suspected militants fired on a bus carrying Hindu pilgrims in the Indian Federal Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, police officials said. Officials had initially said after the incident on Sunday that the death toll was 10 but revised the figure later. They said that the driver lost control after the attack, causing the bus to plunge into a gorge in Riasi district of Jammu. While rescue operations have concluded, a search operation by the Indian Army and police is underway to track down the attackers. That's on World News.
Development News.
A memorandum of understanding was signed between the Ministry of Agriculture and the Government of Oman with the aim of boosting agricultural activities in Sri Lanka. The matters covered by this MOU include official visits by researchers, studies and research, promotion of import and export of agricultural products. The Omani ambassador said that steps taken by the Sri Lankan government will be evaluated by the Minister of Agriculture of Oman. He further assured that Oman will provide the necessary support for the development of the agricultural sector in Sri Lanka. That's on Development News.
Moving on with sports news.
South Africa recorded a thrilling 4-runs win over their low-scoring group match against Bangladesh to ensure their place in Super 8 round, while they defended 113 runs with good fighting bowling display in their game played at Nassau County International Cricket Stadium, New York, yesterday. Bangladesh, chasing their target of 114, managed to get 109 for 7 wickets, and Tawhid Hirdoy top scored 37, while last over bowled by leg spinner Keshav Maharaj saw taking 2 wickets, giving away only 6 runs to ensure their third win in a row. South African Henrik Klaasen, who hit a fighting knock of 46, was adjudged the man of the match. In the meantime, today, Canada will meet Pakistan in their Group A fixture at the same venue in New York, while Pakistan already had back-to-back defeats looking to get first win over inexperienced Canada, but India and USA already in first and second places of this group with 4 points each. That's on Sports News.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
And on business news, Adani Group plans to invest over $1 billion in setting up projects in Sri Lanka to generate electricity from wind in what would be the island nation's single largest foreign direct investment and the biggest ever power project, sources said. Group firm Adani Green Energy Limited will set up 2 wind farms in Sri Lanka's Mannar town and Punarin village in the northern province, with a total installed capacity of 484 megawatts at an investment of about $740 million. The related infrastructure that would transmit electricity to consumption centers will see further investment of over $290 million. That's on Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And on economic news, Sri Lanka Tourism participated at the Guangzhou International Travel Fair, which is an annual event held in China as an important platform for all the travel industry participants across the world to meet, network, negotiate and conduct businesses in the tourism sector in southern China. The first 2 days of their fair were open to the trade to hold discussions and meetings, while the third day of the event was exclusively dedicated to the public. By participating at the event, Sri Lanka was able to entertain both online and on-site privileges to maximize the brand visibility for the destination during the travel fair.
Weather report.
Several spells of showers will occur in the western Sabaragamu and northwestern provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Madura districts. Fairly heavy showers, about 75 mm, are likely at some places in the western and Sabaragamu provinces. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the Uva province in the evening or night. Strong winds, about 40 to 50 km per hour, can be expected at times over the western slopes of the Central Hills, northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee, Hambantota and Monaragala districts. That's the weather update. Before we wind up the bulletin of news, back to the headlines. A railway strike called off after discussion with the minister. Bangladesh pledges support for Sri Lanka's agricultural modernization. Healthcare services are to be upgraded within the next 5 years. 2 new Mahavali divisions for Ratnapura. More than 400 additional buses will be deployed for the Pusan season. Foreign news: Macron's snap election leaves rivals stunned after EU vote. Sports: T20 World Cup, South Africa beat Bangladesh in last over thriller. With that, we conclude the morning bulletin of news, and it's back to Soundi this morning to give you some good company.